Hi everyone, welcome to another maths lesson. The lesson we're going to do today is linear inequalities, how to solve linear inequalities. Our learning objective, we got one learning objective today on the solve one-step linear inequality. So let's start. Before we start the linear inequalities, let us go back and revise how to solve one-step linear equations, because there's lots of similarities between how to solve linear equations and how to solve linear inequalities. When we revise and we understand how to solve linear equations, we'll not have any problem with solving linear inequalities. So let's start with linear equations. What is a linear equation? In one of our previous lessons, we defined as an equation where the highest power of x variable is 1. So if the power of x variable is 1 like this one, or like that one, like this one, and like this one, we call it linear equations. If the power of x become 2, we got quadratic equations. If it is 3, we got cubic equations, and so forth, and so on and so forth. So this is what is one-step linear equations. How do we solve it? Well, we use something called inverse operation concept. So we list the four main operations, and we group them into twos. So for example, in this diagram here, I got 9, and I add 3, I got 12. To get the 9 back, I need to take away 3. Okay? So we increase 9 by 3, and then we decrease by 3. So what addition does, the subtraction undoes. They are in phase of each other. Okay? I times the 9 by 3, I got 27. I need to divide by 3 to get my 9 back. Division and times are in phase. Addition and subtraction are in phase operations. We're going to use this concept of inverse operation to solve linear equations. Fine. Let's take this example now and apply inverse concept. So this is a linear equation. X plus 2 equals 5. Okay, x plus 2 equals 5. So what should we do? We need to, because it says plus 2, x plus 2 equals 5, we need to take away. The inverse of addition is take away. So this is what we need to do. X is 5 minus 2, and that gives you x is 3. Now let's take inequalities. X minus 5 is less than minus 7. X minus 5 is less than minus 7. And we use exactly the same way. Minus 5, the inverse of minus 5 is plus, so x is less than minus 7 plus 5. Okay, that gives you x is less than minus 2. That's what we got, exactly the same way. No difference. Only the sign in the middle is difference. One, and in the case of equation, you got equal sign. In the case of inequalities, you got one of the four operations that we have learned in the introduction lesson. 2x equals 5. 2x minus 2 times x. So what is inverse of times? Inverse of times is division. So we need to divide 2 to the other side. By doing that, we got x is 2.5. Here we got x divided by 2 is more than 9. Divided by 2, inverse of division is times. So we need to do x is more than 9 times 2. So x is more than 18. Fine. So that's how you solve inequalities, and that's how you solve equations. Okay? I got here a few questions for you to try. 5 of them. You can stop the video and try. Fine. I think you have done. So we got x minus 7 is less than 9. So what should we do? We need to add 7 to the other side, because inverse of take away is plus. So we got x is less than 16. It's less than 16. What about this one? X plus 5 is more than 2. X plus 5 is more than 2. What is the inverse of plus? Inverse of plus take away. So we need to take away 5. That gives us x is more than minus 7. 3x means 3 times x was the inverse of times. Inverse of times is division. So we need to divide 3 there. If we divide 3 there, we got x less than 2. X divided by 5 was the inverse of division. Inverse of division is times, so we need to times 2 together. Now that gives you x is more than 10. Now here, it says minus 2x is less than 5. Let us use the same way. We come back to it. Minus 2x less than 8. Okay, minus 2x means minus 2 times x, so we need to divide the other side by minus 2. And by doing that, we got x is less than minus 4. Is that a solution? Let us check it. Now, if you take minus 5, if you take number less than minus 4, like minus 5, and you fill it here, what do you got? You got minus 2 times minus 5. What's that? That's 10. And 10 is not less than 8. So, what have we done wrong? Well, let us do it a different way. Minus 2x is less than 8, so let us divide it. And when we divide it, we have to reverse the sign. Okay? Let's do it and check it later. So that gives us x is more than minus 4. Let us take a number more than minus 4. Give me a number. For example, minus 2. Okay? If you fill minus 2 here, if you fill minus 2 there, you got minus 2 times minus 2. That's 4, and 4 is less than 8. That's true. Take another number which is less than minus 4. Take 0. Minus 2 times 0. That's 0, and 0 is less than 8. It works. Take another number which is positive. For example, let us take 3. Minus 2 times 3 is minus 6. Minus 6 is less than 8. The point which I'm trying to make it very clear is if you divide a negative number, you need to reverse the sign. Otherwise, what you got is not a solution. That applies if you divide or times. Okay? That is the end of this short lesson. Thank you for watching. There's a worksheet that goes with it. Make sure that you complete the worksheet and make sure that you use the answer sheet to mark your work. See you in another interesting lesson.